Hi, everybody. I hope you're all well. It is again overcast and chilly here, and as is typical on a Monday, the old devil had a good rest over the weekend and is jumping in with renewed energy to make life difficult. And thus, my day started with my daughter phoning and crying because her brand new glasses broke, and I had to rush out before my physiotherapy to take her old glasses to her and so on and so on. But I've made it till now, so with a little bit of luck, I'll make it to bedtime. So let's have a quick chat about Harry and Meghan and the royals while there's a lull in the day. It is obvious that Piers Morgan's victory with the Ofcom verdict is now opening the floodgates when it comes to criticism and media narrative on Harry and Meghan. And the first bit of biting criticism came from Lee Bowen, who lashed out at Meghan in particular with regards to her and Harry's statement about Afghanistan. The comment of, "There are many layers of pain due to the situation in Afghanistan." That got old Lee Bowen fired up, and Lee advised that Meghan should stick to Hollywood gossip and that the couple should avoid commenting on world politics. Others were not that restrained and commented with things like, "Who does she think she is? 1 minute she is a C-rate actress, then 2 minutes later an expert on world affairs. She's dreaming. Has she changed? No. Is she more qualified? No. Is she a world leader now? No." Anyway, and as if Piers's victory is not enough to have her breaking crockery back in Montecito, Robert Lacey told Express that it is highly unlikely that Prince Charles will make Archie and Lilibet a prince and princess. Lacey said that bestowing these titles on them would go completely against Charles's long-term quest to slim down the monarchy. Phew! And then it is all over the UK and United States news that the interest in the Harkles seems to be waning. Oh, of course, having the two young royals in the midst sparked interest in the media and the people, but people are fickle and get bored easily. And now a media expert has come out and said what we all knew anyway, namely that the interest the media have in Harry and Meghan is nothing compared to the interest they had in Diana. Marcy McGuinness said that the interest in Diana the world over was on a completely different level, and that the interest in Harry and Meghan cannot and will not ever compare to it. It was the same with the Americans who could not get enough of Diana, but now with Harry and Meghan wanting to conquer America, it is clear that it will never reach the level of interest that Diana enjoyed. Speaking to others, it quickly became clear that Harry and Meghan not only does not ooze the same allure that Diana had, but they also kicked off in the wrong way. Americans are a tough crowd, and whinging and complaining and playing the victims was never going to sit well with the American public, not in the long run anyway. There were two movies being released this weekend almost simultaneously, namely the Lifetime movie Escaping the Palace and Spencer, a movie on or about a weekend Diana spent at the Queen's Sandringham estate in the early 90s. Spencer premiered at the Venice Film Festival on Friday, and although we are yet to see reviews on Spencer, the rumblings are already starting. And it's not anything positive, just in case you were wondering. Victoria Arbiter, a well-known royal commentator, has joined the ranks of others who feel that these films are a terrible disservice to Diana and that her life had been more than the sum of her woes, and that it would have been a much better idea to celebrate her life for all the good she had done and achieved, instead of harping on and trying to profit from all her heartache and hardships and woes. Basically, it is just what I had been verbalizing in my previous video. Okay, so moving away from all things celebrity, or shall we say wannabe celebrity, Harry and Meghan's Sussex Royal Foundation was liquidated and was renamed the Markle Windsor Foundation, or MWX. But now it has become known that the Sussex Royal Foundation still owes a non-profit enterprise something like £78,500. Mail Online reports that a creditor, whose identity is not known, made a claim of £213,000 during the liquidation process, but has so far only been paid £134,500. At the time the Sussex Royal was dissolved, Harry said that all debts would be paid in full in 12 months. It is now said that the delay in the payment was caused by the Charity Commission's investigation into MWX. The accountants and lawyers have, however, now stated that there are sufficient funds to settle the outstanding amount and that it will be done shortly. Also making the news and causing a bit of a debate is a request by Harry and Meghan to meet with the Queen. Now, as far as I know, a meeting has not yet been agreed on, and of course, the Sussexes are using the excuse that they want to introduce the Queen to Lily. But is that really what is going on? We know Harry will be in the UK sometime this month filming his Invictus documentary. So, is it perhaps a matter of Meghan being afraid of Harry's frequent trips back to the UK without her this year? I mean, he was back alone for Philip's funeral. He was there alone for the Diana statue unveiling. So is Meghan starting to feel uncomfortable about this and want to use the baby to mend fences so she can accompany Harry on his trips home? I think, and this is just me, I think something is up, folks. I think it is about a little more than just saying hello to Granny. Now, talking about something being up, what's up with the royal family as a whole? I have a very uncomfortable feeling that all is not well. Maybe in the family themselves or among the family themselves, but definitely among the courtiers, advisors, and such. In just the past 2 weeks, we had the story about Charles and Wynne Parker selling access to him. And as I pointed out, this happened before with Lewis, the Russian seeking permanent residence in the UK and using letters from Charles and Clarence House to do so after he donated large sums of money to Charles's charities. And now there is a third similar allegation. Michael Fawcett, a former assistant valet to Prince Charles, has temporarily left his job as chief executive of the Prince's Foundation after the Sunday Times and Mail on Sunday reported that Fawcett coordinated the support for an honor to be given to businessman Mahfouz Marei Mubarak bin Mahfouz. Mahfouz was given a CBE by Prince Charles in a private ceremony at Buckingham Palace in 2016 after paying tens of thousands of pounds to secure the honour. The newspaper leaked correspondence from Burke's peerage and one of Mafusa's advisors stating that once the Saudi had the OBE, then more money will flow. The OBE was promised to Mafusa in exchange for the £1.5 million he paid to Dumfries House and the Castle of May. Remember, I spoke to you about the Castle of May before? It used to belong to the Queen Mother, and Charles and Camilla had it upgraded and refurbished at some point. The Sunday Times said that Fawcett later helped to upgrade the OBE to a CBE and assisted Mahfouz with citizenship. As always, however, Clarence House, on behalf of Prince Charles, had refused to comment. Now, my dears, this is what gets to me, and this is what gets my back up. This refusing to comment, thinking that if you keep quiet, that nobody will be able to point a finger at you, or if you keep quiet, it will just all blow over. Well, those days are long gone. Ever since the internet, that kind of way of dealing with issues will no longer work. And I can promise Prince Charles that. But anyway, regardless of this, I don't think that this will go away as easily as other things did in the past. Not in light of the other issues which came out these last few weeks. Now, I'm not the only one thinking this. Liberal Democrat MP Norman Baker came out and said that he wants the Metropolitan Police to investigate the allegations of cash for favours. Mr. Baker wrote in the Mail that it is Prince Charles and not Michael Fawcett who has to answer questions now, and that he felt it is the Prince's fingerprints all over the transactions. And although I don't usually agree with Baker on many things, I do agree with him on this one. How can Prince Charles not know about this? How does private people he has never met before get invites to his private residence without him being privy to the reasons why? And how does he award a CBE to someone in a private ceremony without him questioning it? No, my dears, I'm sorry, but it is just not possible. And while this is going on, Prince Andrew's lawyers are apparently going through every minute detail of Virginia Roberts's suit against Prince Andrew. In the meantime, Andrew had been told to stay out of sight and to stay quiet. Then, as if the Queen's sons and her grandson and his wife is not attracting enough negative publicity, the Queen had ordered 3-foot mud barriers to be made along the stretch of free parking towards her Sandringham estate. Huge mounds of earth were piled in 6 laybys along a 1-mile stretch of road leading to her residence, preventing people from parking there and forcing all visitors to the estate to park in the official north and west car parks, which also used to be free, but now costs £3.50 for 2 hours, £5 for 4 hours, and £7 for the day. Regular visitors are furious by this and accuse the Queen of profiteering off her subjects. Now, Sandringham is owned privately by the Queen, who inherited it from her father. The estate is open to the public and tourists from April to October, And although there are fees for a tour of the museum, locals and the public had free access to the grounds during these times. Now, the grounds is all in all about 20,000 acres here. And on top of all this, the Queen has just been granted permission by the council to expand the West Car Park from 416 spaces to 600 spaces. And now this will also involve removing approximately 100 trees, including mature sycamore trees, maples, and beech and pine trees, some of which are more than 100 years old. Now, one local resident said, I think it is disgusting that we now have to pay to visit. It is hugely disappointing. Well, what can I say, folks? I just think that it is ridiculous for someone with the Queen's wealth to implement something like this. And I also think it is a bit petty, in my opinion. So, folks, what on earth is going on? Has the entire royal family taken a leaf out of Meghan Markle's book and monetizing everything they can, or do they currently have the wrong advisors and courtiers working for them? One thing is for sure, they are currently not doing themselves any favors in the popularity stakes. Okay, my dears, that is it from me for today. um, it is rather cold, so I'm going to go find my little heater and a blanket and huddle up until I start defrosting. Now, please take good care of yourselves until we meet on the next one. Bye.